The design of the larger Galaxy Note device seems to have made it into the new Galaxy S7. It's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And here's a quick look versus between the Galaxy S7 and the Galaxy Note 5. Now, the Galaxy S6 marked a turning point for Samsung. It was the company's first flagship smartphone to feature a premium design language that employed metal and dual glass panels. And after that, you had the Galaxy Note 5, which adopted it as well and put the curves on the back area of the Note 5 in order to make it easier to handle and to make it feel a little bit better overall. That very same design language has made it onto the Galaxy S7, the newest flagship that Samsung has put out at MWC 2016. The Galaxy S7 now has made some improvements on that very design with a 5.1-inch screen that makes the overall device smaller enough to be able to sit so nicely in the hand that the back curves actually improve the ergonomics overall. But the back camera hump has been reduced as well, and the front tactile home button is also a little bit more flush with the body. Everything is really quite similar between these two devices, right down to all of the areas on the bottom. But of course, the Galaxy Note 5 has its little trump card, and that is of course the S Pen, which is very flush with the body because it has that small pop-out area on the top, the clicky top rather, that goes right into the area on the bottom. Super AMOLED displays are obviously going to be the name of the game with these two devices, and they provide really great punched out colors that make everything from media to gaming to text really enjoyable to read and view. And with the somewhat updated TouchWiz interface, all of the colors and all the different shapes seem to come through just very nicely on the Galaxy S7. Now, the main additions in the Galaxy S7 are features that people were wishing were in the Note 5 and the Galaxy S6 before it, and that is, to start off, water and dust resistance. Now, the Galaxy S7 is able to employ the same premium design language while still being able to protect it from the elements, and that is great to know because there aren't any extra bits around either of these phones that you would need to put in order to actually seal off the device. But the other feature that is incredibly important to a lot of power users finally returns, and in the Galaxy S7, we have the SIM tray that can now house a micro SD card. And in battery, we actually have a bit of a tie here, but of course, when we get the Galaxy S7, we will see if that is actually true. And that's because the regular Galaxy S7 that comes with the smaller screen comes with a 3000 mAh battery, which is the size that you get in the larger Galaxy Note 5. So the Galaxy S7 is actually available for power users to have the type of longevity that they want alongside that expandable storage, and it is a very nice part about the new flagship. It's underneath the hood that the improvements are where they need to be. The Snapdragon 820 is what you will find in most of the phones, but you'll also get a variant that comes with an Exynos 8890 in the Galaxy S7. The Galaxy Note 5, on the other hand, still has the Exynos 7420 processor, which really proved itself in terms of performance and reliability. And overall, even though we have a lot of features in both of these devices, we expect them to move along quite swimmingly. And with the Note 5, that has certainly been the case. In the Galaxy S7, there are some differences in the operating system. TouchWiz is trying to streamline just that little bit more, but a lot of the features that are still available in TouchWiz throughout the last couple of iterations still return. You just have to search for them a little bit more because they're not all up in your face. Things like the multi-window and the pop-out view are still available, and you are able to use those for even better multitasking across all of TouchWiz. Now, the main thing in software is that TouchWiz seems to be moving along the trend that we might be seeing this year of eliminating the app drawer. The feature under the advanced features and then the Galaxy Labs area allows you to move all of the apps to the home screens, effectively eliminating the app drawer. Now, we don't know if this is going to be an actual feature that will be there moving forward, but at least with the Note 5, if that update does happen, then you may need to know that the Galaxy S7 is where that all started. But in software, it really is the S Pen that is the differentiator here, as when you take out the S Pen, when the screen is actually off, you are able to jot down a very quick memo in order to have a note, an S Note, that is available for safekeeping. And inside of the interface, a pen command window will come up, or rather pen command menu will come up, that will allow for the capture of the screen in a bunch of different ways and the manipulation of them. Or of course, you could just use the S Pen as a regular type of mouse so that you don't necessarily have to use your fingers in order to navigate across all of TouchWiz. The camera of the Galaxy S7 is a 12 megapixel camera with a f1.7 aperture lens, but it comes with larger 1.4 micron pixels this time around, which should allow the camera to take in much more light. Now, this is in contrast to the Note 5's great 16 megapixel f1.9 aperture camera that did a great job in pretty much any situation that we put it in, and we did love the Note 5 and the Galaxy S6 even before it for the cameras that they were able to provide, and they should be even better this time around. Also, the autofocusing speed should be much better on the Galaxy S7 because every one of those larger pixels are able to do phase detection autofocus, which is something that allows it to really autofocus as fast as possible. Obviously, we didn't have a whole lot of time with the Galaxy S7 to really put it through its paces in terms of the camera, so you will have to wait for our full review in order to see what those pictures are like and if they are an improvement going from 16 in the Galaxy Note 5 to 12 megapixels in the Galaxy S7. Overall, that's just a quick look between these two phones. There's a lot to be had in terms of similarities between the Note line and the S line at this point, because last year the Note 5 was able to take the lead of the Galaxy S6, and this year the Galaxy S7 continues that trend while simultaneously bringing back some features that users really wanted in the phones from last year. Thankfully, in the Galaxy S7, we have a return of those particular features, including the expandable storage, so power users can probably look forward to having all of these things in future Note devices as well. And that in and of itself is pretty exciting to know. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for more on the Samsung Galaxy S7 as we put it through its paces and we compare it to all of the other flagships that are in the market today. And keep it tuned here for even more from MWC 2016 because, of course, we are your source for all things Android.